It's been a long time. Come on. Yeah. Hey yo, it's my life, my time, my rights, my rhymes, my grind, my struggle, hustle, sweat in my blood too. My predator smells fear. I smell a lot. My competitors fled scared. They smelled I was hot. I want it all. Excess, the sex, much success. Stress us. I want it all, no less. So come on.
What up, it's your boy T-Bird here in the reaction. Dude, might do some more video revolving CZW though, and pretty sure tonight if you are a WWE fan, you got the network that WWE Fast Lane's in here though too. So, like I said, I watched In the Clutch reaction video to the CZW video, and I see people in the comments who was talking about WWE guys who went from CZW that made it to WWE. Most notably Dean Ambrose, when he at that time he's known as John Moxley, and that's actually was the first reaction vid I did involving CZW because I've been hearing so much about how extreme he was. So I looked up more and see who went to CZW. I found that, like I said in the previous video, Leo Rush, Paul Cruz did. Also, Drew Gulak was in there, and many others, including Cesaro. But I have a bunch of lists of some favorites here too, involving here. In this video, a video collection I made a playlist of called "They Wrestled in CZW," involving notable WWE guys in here. They had other wrestlers here too that in there, but I'm gonna involve mostly the WWE main guys. So, first one's not Zega. They wrestled in CZW, but it was WWE superstars in CZW, and this is the one and only Luke Harper. Now I can see him being it because the type of outfits he wear, wrestling, all that, I can see him being the type to be used to wrestling in that. So without further ado, here's the first video. I'm doing all in one video because they're only like 2 minutes long at the and forward to the max, but who cares? So without further ado, here is WWE superstars in CZW, Luke Harper. And it looks like that's Dean Ambrose, John Moxley in the ring with him right now. So let's check it out. Oh yeah, his beard wasn't as scruffy as before, as is now. Ooh. Plus, this is also just the earliest video out of all the videos. Ooh. They had history. Him and Dean had history. And he was a little heavier back then too, I see. And not as bad as compared to other shit I see on CZW videos. Yeah, he really broke his leg right there almost, but yeah. Alright, so it's like a basement, man. Now, oh, now they got other shit in here, I see. Oh, shit. Ah, there we go. I was gonna see some extreme shit going on. Damn. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Look at, Moxley, Dean Ambrose, Moxley, back, though. Sheesh. What the fuck he got here? Oh, shit. Thumbtacks. Damn. He about to fuck Dean up. That's typical Dean right here. Well, Moxley, sorry. In case people get burned, like his name wasn't Dean Ambrose back then. It was John Moxley. I know that. Woo! That boot though. Alright, so next one. Alright, next one is this is part of the Wrestling CZW video. So the first one I'm doing is the one and only, the phenomenal AJ Styles. So wow, yeah, I can see that because he's been like wrestling for the game for a long time, doing independent and everything. It took him a while to get to the big leagues like WWE. I mean, though, Impact was a big league on his own, as well as Ring of Honor and New Japan, but not as big as WWE. And he had a journey to this, so let's check out some AJ Styles and CZW. They intro almost like ECW would be.
Wait, they wrestled in CZW? AJ Styles is one of the hottest superstars in the business, and it's been that way for a long time. After being stuck in TNA for 12 years, he finally made it to Japan as a full-time worker in New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he became the two-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Then after 18 years in the business, he was signed to a full-time contract to the WWE, where he's rocking it every single night now. Whether or not you believe it, AJ made his CZW debut at Best of the Best 3 back in 2003, only 5 years after making his pro wrestling debut. AJ was unable to advance past the first round when he lost a fatal four-way match involving Jay Briscoe, Jimmy Rave, and Jason Cross.
I thought that was Jimmy Rave.
This is the best of the best we're talking about, where nobody slacks off, including AJ. He sent the fans home very happy that night. And no, it wasn't a one and done for AJ either. AJ showed up 4 months later where he appeared at Deja Vu 2 to take on Jimmy Rave in a singles match where he defended his NWA Heavyweight Championship. And if you don't remember, TNA originally started out as being a part of the National Wrestling Alliance, where they used that belt as their world championship.
Right.
And he won the belt from Jeff Jarrett just a month prior to his match with Jimmy Rave. Of course, the title did not change hands at CZW, and AJ Styles defeated Jimmy Rave in it was a good 10-minute match. As the TNA World Champion and later on going to have a long career with TNA, it appeared AJ was a little too big of a dollar sign to bring back in the combat zone. Little did we know, though, 11 years later after leaving TNA in 2014, he would return to CZW at the 15th anniversary show in February to challenge the CZW World Heavyweight Champion, Drew Gulak.
Yep.
And their match topped out at about 20 minutes, seeing both guys battle all over the arena, and AJ Styles actually got the win, but it was due to DQ because Kimberly hit him in the back of the head with the championship, getting a DQ finish. So as of this recording, AJ Styles is contracted to the WWE, and it'll probably be a long time before we see him step inside the combat zone again and get another crack at the gold. But, I mean, is AJ really going to step inside CZW again before he retires? I say never say never.
Yeah, I say the same thing. Never say never.
I really hope you guys just enjoyed the video. And
Alright, so these gonna be like they will also. Alright, for a minute I thought they about to pull a what culture on me, like don't do this, but it will so clips though good. Alright, so that's AJ Styles. So next one we're gonna see is hardcore legend of another hardcore promotion, ECW. This is Tajiri. So who has a good career in ECW as well as WWE as well too. But let's see how he did in CZW.
Wait, they wrestled in CZW? Did you know Yoshihiro Tajiri once worked for CZW? And I got one better for you. Did you know Tajiri is a former CZW World Heavyweight Champion?
Ooh.
And that's true. CZW took a lot of ECW's fan base when they closed up shop in 2001.
Okay. That explains a whole lot. So they got big like a little bit after ECW. That's what explains a whole lot. So they took over it. I was wondering like, was this going on? Are they trying to beat ECW or worse? But that explains a whole lot though. You know they started in 99. It probably was like upcoming in 99. And when ECW came back, they took the fan base.
He wrestled in his last ECW match against Super Crazy on January 13th, 2001, which was ECW's last show. And exactly 7 days later, on January 20th, 2001, Tajiri made his CZW debut. It was at the Delaware Invasion show where Yoshihiro Tajiri challenged Justice Pain for the CZW World Heavyweight Championship in the main event. Sadly, Tajiri was unsuccessful in capturing the gold this time. Then the very next month at Crushing the Competition, the show opened up with Tajiri taking on Super Crazy. But the match ended in a no contest when Nick Mondo came down and interfered in the match. It's alright though, Tajiri got even with an ass slap and a kick to the face, so it's all good. Hours later, Tajiri had a second match of the night against Justice Pain for the world title. Some say it wasn't. Not sure, but anyway, he took on Justice Pain, and guess what? More run-ins. This time, Wife Beater came down and interfered just to save Pain. And again, a no contest.
These names, yo, are ridiculous.
Could not believe it.
These names, yo, is crazy.
Just a little side note, Mikey Whipwreck came down to make the save and took out Pain and Wife Beater. That was supposed to be his last CZW appearance, since it was rumored that he signed with the WWE. But in a surprise return later that month at Destruction in Dover, Tajiri did a run-in and helped Nick Burke beat Justice Pain for that CZW World Championship. Zandig came out and granted Tajiri a title shot against Nick Burke, and it took just 2 minutes and a brainbuster for Tajiri to pin Burke and become the new CZW World Heavyweight Champion.
Big news, Joseph, here's Tajiri, the new CZW Champion.
Now you see, Zandig only gave Tajiri that title match against Burke because the one condition was that if he got the win, he had to give Zandig a title shot at some point in time. Little did Tajiri know that Zandig would turn right around and take him out with a clothesline and get a quick count from the ref. Zandig robbed the title away from Tajiri, ending his 5-minute title reign. 3 title changes all in one single night.
That's awesome.
It was a crazy night in Delaware.
You got that
Zandig left the bar as the CZW World Champion.
What was his hat in Delaware?
Yoshihiro Tajiri left the building, never to return to Combat Zone Wrestling, because 3 months later, he was actually signed to the WWE. It looks like the former CZW World Heavyweight Champion has apparently moved on. Tajiri is now 45 years old, working full-time in Japan, so the chances of him ever returning is extremely unlikely, if not impossible, at this point. But, I mean, hey, WWE is bringing him back for the Cruiserweight Classic, so, I don't know. Maybe
this was before that. This video was before this one, okay.
I really hope you guys just enjoyed it.
Alright, so yeah, that's awesome right there, man. I like these videos actually already, though. So, let me see. Next one up is, the one and only CM Punk. The best in the world. That's my dude right there. I miss him in WWE, man. I heard he is as good as he did in the UFC. Hopefully he comes back to the E or some kind of wrestling promotion to see him again. So anyway, I can believe he did this too, because like I said, he another journeyman in wrestling as well too, that had like a humble beginning. So let's check this out. The corn like song.
Wait, they wrestled in CZW? Before dropping his infamous pipe bomb and way before stepping foot in the octagon, CM Punk walked.
Of course, you gotta forget the blonde hair too.
Wrestling.
He did cover time back then too.
One match in CZW, and it took place on September 14th, 2002, at CZW show titled Ultraviolent Freedom of Expression. At this point in time, Justice Pain was the CZW World Champion, and he was issuing open challenges to outsiders to come in and challenge him for the championship. And on this night, it was CM Punk who answered the challenge. Pain and Punk would put on a 20-minute match, and unfortunately, it was filled with tons of botches and all kinds of missed spots. You could just tell that both guys did not click in the ring at all, and of course, both guys would later go on to do shoot interviews saying the other was hard to work with. There was apparently a dispute over who was going to be the heel, who was going to be the face, but in the end, all we were left with was just a sloppy match. CZW owner John Zandig also went on later to say that he wasn't impressed with CM Punk's work rate at all, and that he refused to work with Pain before the match. Pain mentioned that Zandig got so frustrated with Punk before the match that he told him if he wasn't going to work, he needed to pack his bags and go home. From Punk's side of things, Zandig just disrespected him by saying he didn't know what all the hype was about, and he also said Justice Pain was just impossible to work with. Sadly, everything going on behind the scenes with this match was a far better story than what we got in the ring. Needless to say, CM Punk would never return to CZW, and I think at that time both parties would like it that way. This match just really seemed to suffer from two egos going out there and wanting to do their own thing. We all know CM Punk would go on to be one of the top talents in professional wrestling, so it's pretty hard not to side with him on this one.
Right. That was a good one right there too. So like I say, I see how he's rocking like some basketball shorts. Like I feel like if I ever get into wrestling, that'd be one of my gear to rock is basketball shorts. Though I'm not wearing no tights like that. And I was questioning, do you get to pick your own gear, and you can. So yeah, I might not go too traditional though. But that was a good video right there, and that match was kind of sloppy though. But They do regret. I know they definitely regret saying this shit. They say probably don't. They probably don't give a fuck. They feel like they probably feel like WWE is probably pansy compared to Combat Zone. But yeah, CM Punk got the last laugh out of this one. So next one up is an interesting one. So he had little periods of WWE for a good while, and he's still as well known. The one and only James Ellsworth. This one I gotta definitely check out. This is gonna be interesting one here.
Wait, they wrestled in CZW? James Ellsworth is another addition to the WWE's comedy act. He's lasted way longer than anybody else thought he would. But believe it or not, he took part in part of one of the most ultra-violent promotions on the planet, CZW. Some people out there may want to call him Colin Delaney 2.0, but James Ellsworth used to wrestle under the name Jimmy Dream. And he made his CZW debut in 2006 at the most violent show
look how skinny Drew was. Drew Gulak.
F5. Ellsworth teamed up with Drew Gulak, who I assume some of you guys are familiar with, to take on Blackout's Ruckus and Robbie Marino. As you could imagine, the crowd doesn't take too kindly to normal tag matches in the middle of a deathmatch tournament, so the match received a ton of boos and did not get over well with the fans.
Oh, yeah, figure.
And it also didn't help that Ellsworth looked so lost and so green in the match that he botched almost every single exchange he was a part of. This was not a very good debut for Ellsworth, and his chances of coming back were not very good either. Having said that, Ellsworth did appear one more time in CZW, and it took place 3 years
ago. Yo, look how skinny Drew is, though.
A benefit show called Who's the Effin' Man? Sadly, I couldn't find this show anywhere. I'm not sure if it wasn't rolled on or what. Ellsworth didn't appear at the Starting Point show that night, but he did appear in the Nick Gage benefit show, and he was in a big Battle Royal match where CZW Hall of Famer John Dahmer got the victory. Again, sorry, I wish I could help showing you some things that happened, explain some things, but I couldn't find this anywhere, and I just don't know exactly what happened. Nowadays, though, Ellsworth is a busy man. He currently runs a small indie promotion called Adrenaline Championship Wrestling, while also hitting the road with WWE as their big comedy act. When his time ends with the WWE, I don't think it's that outlandish to think that he's going to hit the indies hard. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Jimmy Dream return to the Combat Zone.
That's good. Last shout out for him for doing that. He got his own indie project though. I mean, I have heard about him doing stuff in the indies before he came to as a comedy act though. It's crazy thing. A lot of people that be comedy act in WWE be like has be hard workers in the indies and all of that, and actually some might be a beast in indies as well too. Though. Like Colin Delaney, I heard he was pretty good in the indies as well too. But yeah, that was interesting though. Oh my God, Drew Gulak looks skinny as hell. I'm not saying he's big. He's got bigger, but not big. But he got bigger than that video they showed there. He was like a damn stick almost right there. Jesus. But anyway, next up is one who, unfortunately, his career at the end due to injuries though. But I would have loved to see more of him at the NXT though, and that is our color commentary Corey Graves. And I heard he was nice in NXT, but as far as I can see as much NXT till the network came out, and from what I see, he's pretty good, and I see highlights and all them, but unfortunately his time ended due to injuries. So let's check it out. CZW? I can see him doing something like this.
We only hear Corey Graves' voice during each Raw, SmackDown, or pay-per-view, but not many people know about his independent wrestling.
Oh wow, look at him.
He actually made his pro debut all the way back in the early 2000s, but it wasn't until 2007 he made his way to the most ultra-violent company in the United States, CZW.
Just an idol.
At that time, Corey Graves was known as Sterling James Keenan.
Oh, sorry,
And he
James.
found himself in a tag
Oh,
team
look at his
match
hair.
at CZW's Redemption Show in March of 2007. As you can see, Graves is almost unrecognizable here, and his partner went by the name of Justin Idol. Their opponents were none other than Babyface Fire. We're talking Jason Gory and Shima Zion, or DJ Z.
Oh shit!
With Impact
DJ Z.
Wrestling. The match started out slow, and all four guys instantly received boring chants from the crowd, but those chants didn't last very long. They won the crowd back over, and I have to say, Graves looked really solid in this performance. But he wouldn't end up getting the win, though. Actually, he was thrown out of the ring.
A lot of these are not a lot of hardcore
matches.
I see.
He did a great job generating heat from the crowd before walking to the back, but next thing you know, he walked back out, microphone in hand, and that is not something you saw a lot of first-time guys do in CZW. And he was good on the mic. He insulted the crowd. He told some guy to put his shirt back on.
Not surprised.
And then he called out Necro Butcher, Drake Younger, and even Chris Hero. But it was Eddie Kingston who came out, and everybody thought Eddie was going to be the one to shut Corey Graves up.
King!
Next thing you know, he flipped the script, and he joined Graves in insulting the crowd. After they both finished up trading insults with the crowd, Eddie raised Graves' hand up into the air only to attack him. Then, all of a sudden, out came all those guys from that tag team match to jump Eddie. And lucky for him, Blackout wasn't that far behind. They came out and drove everybody to the back. And you know, this was a really nice spot for somebody making their debut. But unfortunately, this was it for Graves and CZW. Yeah, he never returned to the Combat Zone, and he would later go on to sign with WWE's developmental territory, FCW, 4 years later. Even all the way back in 2007, Graves showed promise in the ring, and he seemed super comfortable on the mic. Honestly, going back and watching his debut in CZW, I have to say it is no surprise to me at all that he did end up making it big.
Alright, so yeah, that was good though. Little side note spot right there. One of the guys he mentioned, Drake Younger. I told you that before. He's now a referee in WWE as well too. He's the one that's tanned up with the spiky gel-like hair that almost like EC3. And the guy that helped him out, Eddie Kingston. That's Eddie King. He was on for those who watched Impact but never saw CZW, that's the one from Impact that had the little rivalry with LAX though. So yeah, this is another good match. I think I got one more. Yes, even though I said a reaction to him, I'm gonna watch it anyway. You know what? Since I know this is just that I knock, so you already know that John Moxley. You know what? Just for the fans, I'll watch it anyway.
CZW? I feel like most people should already know this, but did you know that before Dean Ambrose became the WWE World Champion, he was known as the Street Dog, John Moxley, in CZW? This wasn't a short run either. Dean was a mainstay in CZW from 2009 all the way up until he was signed by the WWE in 2011. He made his debut in the Combat Zone at Total Havoc, which took place in March of 2009, where Ambrose picked up his first win against CZW Hall of Famer John Dahmer. Ambrose would then go on to join forces with another bright up-and-coming wrestler known as Sami Callihan. Now, together, Callihan and Ambrose formed a team known as the Switchblade Conspiracy. And surprisingly,
he had
they mainly focused on ultra matches. But it was also their dark and dreary promos backstage that helped get them noticed. Ambrose would go on to have 14 matches in his first year with the company.
Is Ambrose from Ohio too?
2 appearances in deathmatch tournaments. One in Tournament of Death 8, and the other at Tournament of Death Rewind. It was at Tournament of Death 8 when Ambrose stepped up and won over the fans when Nick Gage was seriously injured, leaving Thumbtack Jack standing in the ring during the tournament finals. The first person to run from the back and keep the match going was Ambrose. He was wearing nothing more than tennis shoes and some shorts.
Choking him out and
shit. He put himself right into the death match, taking several shots. That was the move that won the fans' respect and rocketed Ambrose into the main event scene in CZW. After a year filled with violence, Ambrose won a #1 contenders match for the World Championship at Cage of Death, beating B-Boy, Eddie Kingston, and Egotistico Fantastico. And then just 2 months later, at CZW's anniversary show in 2010, Ambrose defeated B-Boy to win the CZW World Heavyweight Championship. Over the next 6 months, Ambrose would go on to defend his title against guys like Nick Gage, Sami Callihan, Greg Excellent, and Egotistico Fantastico. And it wasn't until that unforgettable night in Lumberton, North Carolina at Southern Violence where Ambrose would drop the title to Nick Gage. It was one of the hardest fought matches in Ambrose's career, and ironically, it was done in front of only about 50 people.
Drake Younger right
Ambrose
there.
wasn't done with the title picture, though. The very next month...
Let me go back real quick. See the other guy that's next to him? That's Drake Younger, right? The one that's pulling the middle finger up with the shirtless one on the left. That's Drake Younger right there. That's a referee now.
Ambrose wasn't done with the title picture, though. The very next month, he won the belt back from Nick Gage, becoming a 2-time CZW World Champion. This title run saw him defending his belt month in and month out for a total of 9 months. This title run was made special because every defense was against a different opponent. He successfully put his belt on the line against Scotty Vortex, Robert Anthony, Nick Gage, Danny Havoc, Devin Moore, Drake Younger, Homicide, and Brody Lee, or Luke Harper, as some of you may know him. Brody Lee signed with the WWE and was set to debut at FCW.
I just remember Brody Lee.
So
Wow.
he had to drop the title
as
at
independent,
the 12th
as
anniversary show, which was exactly 1 year from when he won his first championship. After dropping the title to Robert Anthony, he would then go on to face Jake Crist in one last match before heading to FCW to begin his WWE career. And as you know, he's done pretty good for himself so far. In the roughly 3 years Dean Ambrose was with CZW, he made a huge impact, and it was very evident that they had a great talent on their hands. The sky is the limit for the old street dogs, so just sit back and enjoy the ride.
I gotta say, out of all the guys, they say he's definitely like the most successful, like veteran. Somebody that had like a long career in CZW, he had the most successful. I mean, because you can see the other ones they had like they was like more of a one-off thing, though. Now when you count that, I will say that he's definitely the greatest vet of CZW. Other than the ones with the one-offs or the few shows. Other than that, this is good. This is a good video. I'm glad I watched this one, though. The fact that he had a career like that in the championship and all that, well, too, man. Shoot, that's good. So yeah, these are the main guys that's on WWE that had a little run in CZW, and the most notable one of all is Dean Ambrose. Or the most notable one is really AJ Styles, of course, though. But as far as like having a career in CZW, Dean Ambrose is the one. But other than that, if you like my reaction to these, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If my guys who are CZW fans, like to the heart, if you have any videos you want me to react to, whether it's guys that's made names in other promotions, whether it's WWE or Impact or Ring of Honor, you want me to check them out on the CZW days, let me know. Drop a line in the comments. Anyway, good video. It's your boy T-Bird, probably long as hell. I don't care. Hope y'all enjoyed it.